This alone already is pretty bad. But the worst part about it is that after the 2 minutes of the half-assed
he made a song, dude. Come on.
apology, he just straight up says the N-word right at the end of the song. Doubling down.
No way. No way, bro. Okay, I wanted to go over this Master Oogway drop. A lot of people are talking about Master Oogway. I feel like the hate is kind of blown out of proportion, personally. I feel like it is. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's blown out of proportion. I feel like people are giving him too much, and it's kind of under the guise of like, oh, he reacted this way, but it's like, I feel like you're just pandering to the Twitter mob. I could be wrong, but we're going to watch this video, how Master Oogway became the most hated YouTuber.
Once said, social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. Lots of people like to test what wild stuff they're able to say online before it gets way too far. No one has really pushed this quite like Master Oogway. Oogway is a humongous creator with a face recognized all over social media, but specifically on YouTube. There's a 99% chance that you've seen one of his many shorts, even if you don't remember it. He always had a die-hard fan base, but recently has become one of the most hated creators.
He didn't really have a die-hard fan base. That's not true. He's a shorts creator. I mean, he had people who would like mention him or talk about him. There were a few memers, but shorts channels do not have die-hard fan bases unless they're like Jelly Bean, in which case they're like kind of a unique creator. As much as I don't like them, they're like a unique creator who has like actual content and like makes long-form stuff. Oogway never had a he never had like a diehard fan base. That's just not true.
In the community. How did someone with so many subscribers get so hated
Or he has a speech impediment, I don't know.
so fast? Let's cut and get right into it. Now, Master Oogway, whose real name is Omer Sastim, started his journey where most people start their content journey on TikTok. He discovered that he could do a very good impression of the character Master Oogway from the movie Kung Fu Panda. And to give him credit, it's pretty spot on. Now, the character was known to drop absolute gems of wisdom to all of the other characters in the movie and stuff that you could actually apply in real life. And Omer would use this voice to give joking pieces of advice.
If she cheated on another man, her coochie is as big as Sudan.
And
now maybe the real message here is that if she cheated on someone to be with you, she'll cheat on you to be with someone else, and that is true. That is actually real, 1000%. Maybe that's the real message. Coochie being as big as Sudan, I mean, Sudan's pretty big. Maybe more like as big as Nigeria, maybe?
these quotes of wisdom were usually just funny jokes about getting girls or kissing the homies. Oogway never really intended to go viral with these videos, he kinda just made them for fun with his friends. But he liked the view.
Does that really make sense? Doesn't everyone intend in some level to go viral? Maybe you didn't expect to go viral, but like if you're posting content online, obviously your goal in the end is like, I would like to blow up and be popular and make a living out of it, right? Like obviously, I feel like that's a little facetious, I don't know. He's doing a little storytelling here, chat. He's doing a little classic YouTube storytelling.
Views that he was getting a lot, and it made him crave more. Soon he started posting more of these types of videos to keep the momentum going. And pretty quickly he gained a sizable audience on TikTok with over 1 million followers, along with a pretty strong fan base. Whenever he posted these quote type of videos, they were usually met with comments like, "Yes, master." But the problem with this type of content is that it can only get milked for so long before it gets pretty dull. Usually the bit gets tiresome and people move on. So Oogway started to try different.
Yeah, this is a problem for a lot of people, especially on shorts. Like you get big for one gimmick, and then if you stop doing it, your audience just never wants to watch you. That's why I would say it's actually bad to blow up really fast, unless you've been grinding for a long time, and then all of a sudden you blow up fast. You need to have content that has staying power, because if you don't, you're going to blow up. You're going to be like, oh my God, I'm famous now. And then it's all going to go away. And you're going to be like grasping at straws, figuring out what to do. And then you get desperate with the content that you're actually making. And you'll do things that are even against your morals or against the original point of the content in order to maintain your relevancy or get back any of it, right?
Different forms of content to expand on the brand. He started creating multiple different TikTok accounts so he can try different styles of videos. He tried stuff like following trends, using audios, and even telling some of his own jokes. This way he could show off his own humor and originality and try and be versatile. And these jokes were not exactly family friendly. He would tell the edgiest stuff that he could get away with, deeming it as dark humor.
What do you call an autistic kid with a gun? Special forces.
It's not funny though. It's not. It's not funny, bro. It's not funny. I'm not laughing. I'm only laughing because it caught me off guard. Also, is this like the edgiest stuff? Maybe am I like brain rotted because I was like exposed to, I don't know, slightly earlier internet stuff, or I just like follow racist memers on Twitter? Like what exactly is the thing here that's going on? Is that the edgiest thing ever? Is that even that bad? Man, you know the internet right now sucks when this is like the most off-color thing you can do. I'm gonna say the N-word. Remember when that was the thing? Y'all remember when we was saying the N-word, bruh? That was like peak content, bruh. Permission to say the edgiest stuff, sir. Captain Dick Suck reporting for duty, requesting to make the joke about the autistic people in the Special Forces.
And a lot of these jokes were race jokes.
What do you call a Chinese kid who was born too early? Wong Tai Ming.
Wait. Wong Tai Ming. Is that even that bad? Like, a lot of these jokes were race jokes.
Obviously, with almost any dark humor jokes, there will always be the types of people that don't find it funny. And noticeably, a lot of the jokes he made were targeted at black people.
Just don't need your assistance.
I mean, they do need food, right? Like, I think they do need food in Africa. Isn't there a hunger problem? A severe food crisis is intensifying across Africa, driving millions of people into a heightened risk of hunger and starvation. Fueled by a combination of factors, including the war in Ukraine, regional conflicts, extreme weather events, and the ongoing effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, hunger threatens the lives and well-being of vulnerable communities and people, particularly women and girls. Well, it sounds like he was just speaking about a serious issue. I mean, they do seem hungry over there, a little bit. And in fairness, this isn't black people. This is Africans, specifically, people in Africa.
And since Oogway himself was not black, people found this in pretty bad taste.
Yeah, I mean, people are just now. Like, the common internet consensus now is like, you can't make a joke about a group that you're not a part of. Unless you're not white, in which case you can make a good joke about every group. Like, I hate how the internet works now, bro. We're gonna go back, though.
That was until he befriended another creator who co-signed these jokes and basically gave him the pass, man like Isaac. He himself also built a pretty big reputation for making dark humor jokes, specifically black jokes. Hey, yo! So it only made sense.
Wait. What did that comment say? Hey! God doesn't punish a person twice. Lol.
So it only made sense that the two of them would work together. It was like peanut butter and jelly. Oogway could make—
Whoa. Which one's peanut butter? Mr. Blanco.
All of the black jokes he wanted, and he can get away with it with Isaac being in the video. This respectfully helped both of them grow. Granted, most of the people who watched this stuff were just edgy middle schoolers, but views are views. Yet, it still wasn't enough for Oogway. He usually pushed
Edgy middle schoolers and me. A 21-year-old who still finds that funny. Lol.
these jokes so that he could get more—
The thing is, I don't even think I'd find it as funny if, like, people on the internet were more cool with it or, like, just didn't care. But I think part of my opposition to it and the reason I laugh so much is because, like, if you make a joke like this, people are like, you should be banned from YouTube. And I think that's part of why I think it's funny.
more and more views. However, TikTok guidelines are pretty strict. It's not easy to make offensive jokes on TikTok because most of the time they will actually get removed since they always usually reach the wrong audience.
Dude, TikTok is like a baby platform. If you even like swear on TikTok, like we have a TikTok, we have a few, right? We're running. And if you even like say on TikTok, they're like down for community guidelines. It's literally the Disney Channel over there. Meanwhile, you can like shake your ass on TikTok and literally show your freaking camel toe through your Spider-Man cosplay, and like they don't care. It's crazy.
His videos constantly got removed all the time for hate speech, posting dark humor because it's what built his audience in the first place. However, eventually he poked the bear too hard and his account with 2.7 million followers was permanently banned from TikTok. But again, this did not stop him. After all, Oogway created multiple accounts and was posting on all of them, getting millions of followers
Damn,
from each
he's just spamming
of them. If an account got banned, he would just create a new one. But TikTok still wasn't really doing it enough for Oogway. He needed more. Oogway's goal—
You probably wanted money because TikTok does not really pay. If you're a huge account, sometimes it'll pay, but in general, like the money on TikTok is way, way, way worse than on YouTube.
was to maximize views while putting in as minimal effort as possible, and that's when a light bulb appeared over his head. Oogway saw accounts that were getting hundreds of millions of views just by posting other people's videos. It was so simple, yet so effective. So he thought to himself, what if he was able to also repost these videos and get the views while adding his own brand and likeness to it? Oogway saw the opportunity and found the perfect place to implement his strategy: YouTube. Now, at the time, the trend of making the Chad face was very hot. You know, when people would make that Giga Chad face when someone does something super alpha. Oogway created a new format where he would react to viral videos inserting the Chad face and basically spam.
This is when I found out about him. I was seeing these. He would just like see a video, he'd be like, make a silly face
and post those like crazy. And just like how he did on TikTok, he created multiple YouTube channels where he would be able to post these videos non-stop. He's had all of these channels for nearly 3 years, and some of them for barely even a year, yet he's gotten over 20 billion views across all of them. On average, that's around 18 million views a day at least. So this was working.
He must have made a serious bag off of YouTube, dude. He must have made millions. I mean, obviously a lot of it's shorts money, but if he has like 5 channels he's doing 18 million views a day, he definitely made a good amount of money off of that, I would guess.
Way better than TikTok. Yet, it still wasn't enough for Oogway. The shorts were doing crazy views, but it wasn't really enough to establish him as a brand. Oogway wasn't really doing anything unique. It was literally just recycled videos and old edgy jokes. So Oogway decided to get into long-form videos so that he could really be taken seriously as a creator. He started off by posting try not to laugh meme challenges where he would look at memes and, well, try not to laugh. And he tried making the titles as clickbaity as possible to match his edgy style. And they did pretty well at first, but they slowly started to get less and less views, eventually not even scrapping 20K. He needed something different, something that still wouldn't really require extreme effort but could still get those views. Nothing was off the table. And he noticed that his friend Man Like Isaac was doing a particular style of videos that were doing very, very well. Walking into KFC
walks right out.
until I see a black person. Walking into Starbucks until I see a
16 seconds? Damn, took him 2 seconds longer than KFC. I feel like you would have just seen one at the door.
Middle-aged white woman. Running until I see something that starts with the letter
Bruh.
N. You get the point. The title with the extremely short.
Okay, so this guy walking around the zoo until I see a monkey. Bro! Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Length of less than 20 seconds was already a joke on its own, but it did massive numbers. And Master Oogway got another light bulb above his head. Soon he started posting videos with the most clickbaiting title you could possibly think of. My opinion on black people.
Are people still mad about clickbait? Is this something people even care about? I feel like the general rule for almost everything is like, people care about clickbait or content stealing if the person's unlikable, and they don't care if they are likable, right? So like Jay Schlatt, for example, he basically made the same content as Sniper Wolf with like the TikTok reactions, and people are fine with him doing it. Nobody called him out, but people like rage at Sniper Wolf. And like the thing you realize about like the YouTube community and like commentary channels is it's generally more about likability than like what the person actually does. It really has very little to do with like who the person is, you know? I mean, the thing is, a lot of commentary channels, they called out Master Oogway. They were like, his jokes are going too far, guys. None of these channels, some of them I'm like friends with, none of them called out me for my jokes. I've definitely made, I mean, I haven't made a video called My Opinion on Black People, but I've definitely made like pretty edgy jokes, you know? Didn't see a video about me recently by any of them.
My opinion on the LGBTQ community.
It's a popularity contest? Yes, it is. And that's annoying.
My opinion on Jude.
What is it? What is it?
Very clearly leaving you curious as to what he could possibly say. It was almost impossible not to click on the video to see what it was. But each video would just him be silent, talking over some music to troll the audience. But this still worked pretty well and got him millions of views each time. Oogway's career was really starting to take off, and his face was all over YouTube Shorts and on TikTok. So much so that he even landed his first professional influencer boxing match hosted by DAZN, a professional
Hey, bro, it's the zone. It's the zone. The zone. D-A-Z-N, the zone. The zone. Hey, bro, I'm going to go to the stop. I'm going to get you what you need. We're going to ladder you up. You're going to start saying the zone. All right? All right? Just since we cool like that. Since you're a chill guy.
boxing network that works pretty frequently with KSI. Oogway was hyping up this boxing event pretty hard, but when the match actually started, he
looks really fat.
even last 3 whole minutes, not even get.
Can you do influencer boxing? I mean, I would only do it if I got offered a lot of money, and I don't think I would ever, because who wants to see me fight, firstly? And secondly, like, influencer boxing has kind of fallen off. It's kind of died. The only influencer boxing matches that are actually happening now and like are getting any hype is like Logan, Jake Paul, KSI, that tier. The lower tier people are just not making money off it anymore. I don't think they're doing influencer cards anymore. The novelty wore off. But it's their fault. Like they were doing cards with like these nobodies. Like Creator Clash, they were literally doing like they were like getting like people who get like 5 views on TikTok on their card. Like if you're gonna do a card like that, if you're even gonna attempt it, you need to get people who are actually like gonna pull in numbers. That's why it didn't work out, because they just dumped money. Like, investors dumped like millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars into this, and they didn't make any money off of it because the people they were investing in were these fight promoters who don't realize apparently that you need to actually have relevant people. You need to have relevant people to pull in viewers, so they just got rinsed.
Getting through the very first round.
It was topsy-turvy. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
Oh!
They go right after it.
Wow.
How about Master Oogway? Wasting no time.
Interestingly enough, Master Oogway's got the tie trunks on.
Oh! My goodness!
You need to finish Pony Factory. We'll see.
Sends Oogway down. A massive shot from the big boy.
Now, granted, Oogway is not a boxer, and his opponent was much more experienced than he was.
Jesus Christ.
And not to body shame or anything,
These people should not be fighting at all.
but Oogway was
This guy's a monster.
clearly not physically ready for a boxing match compared to his opponent. Regardless, he still got respect from the community for taking on such a challenge. Being involved in a professional boxing match is huge for any influencer and helped him be certified as official. The match itself has nearly 2 million views on YouTube and also helped with Oogway's status. It still wasn't enough for Oogway. Now, before getting into content creation, Oogway was a musician. He released music under the alias Baklava Boy, but seeing how his Master Oogway persona was gaining more and more attention online, he started to release music under the persona Young Oogway and Master Oogway to help promote it. The way he created songs was very, very strategic. They were made so that they could be used very easily for his meme format of videos. He would feature these songs in almost every single one of his memes to help promote the song. And the songs worked really well with the videos, but they only did so much to actually promote the music. The music videos would get a couple 100,000 views, and even on Spotify, he would also get a couple 100,000 plays. And this is pretty good for a musician, but not as good as you think. Considering he's getting billions of views across these platforms, and that's the most amount his music did, it shows that it's not really good enough to stand on its own.
I mean, I think what it also shows is just that he didn't actually have the kind of loyal audience, because they're not there for his personality, because they don't know what Oogway's personality is. Like, he just makes, like, brain rot, low-effort YouTube shorts, which is fine. But you can't expect that to convert into like a real artistic endeavor in a serious way. If he had like years to do it, maybe he'd be fine. I mean, there are people on YouTube who, like, you know, Filthy Frank or whatever, have successful music careers that, you know, the music is not really related to anything they ever did on YouTube, you know. But it takes time, and it takes a lot of effort and talent, and, you know, it can't be a fluke thing. Music is really, really hard.
And if you heard the music yourself, you'd see why it's not very popular. But regardless though, this was still good for Oogway. Between the streams and all the views he was getting, he was making a very, very good income. But that would start to crash down in late 2023. Oogway revealed that his channel was demonetized from YouTube and could not earn any money from them. The main reason being that they found his content to be unoriginal, which it was for the most part. He was literally just taking other people's videos and adding his chat.
This is like the reuse content policy. I mean, it is definitely unoriginal, but also like every shorts creator does this, and nobody bats an eye. Nobody seems to really care. Are they demonetizing all of them in mass? I doubt it, or else they wouldn't be posting. So I feel like his stuff doesn't really fall into that category to me.
Face reaction to it. It's not exactly original, and it's obviously wasn't even posting these himself.
I feel like he didn't deserve to be demonetized.
YouTube does not really permit people who do unoriginal content to join the partner program, and Oogway did not take this very lightly. Soon after, Oogway tried to make the claim that they demonetized him because he supported Palestine, mostly because a couple days before he got demonetized, he posted a video about his friend being stuck in Gaza. And while some people may have fallen for this, it's very unlikely that's actually true. original. Oogway knows that what he did was unoriginal. The formula for reposting other people's videos while reacting to it can be a very successful formula that can get you good views. However, it's seen as pretty cheap because most of the time people are not very original.
Yeah, YouTube is not demonetizing anyone for supporting Palestine at all. You know how bad of a look that would be for them? You know the amount of advertiser boycotts that would happen? I mean, they're aware of like the Starbucks boycott and shit like that. Like every company right now is on high alert to not shit on anyone Palestinian supporting. They don't even want to breathe towards a Palestinian flag. So undoubtedly, they did not do it for that reason. I don't know why he lied about it. Yeah, he definitely did.
Or unique about it unless what you add actually adds a lot to the video. Because other than that, it's just pumping out brain rot nonstop. When a channel usually gets demonetized, it's really only the one channel that gets affected, not the others, assuming those other channels have not broken any guidelines. So from what we're seeing, it doesn't seem like his other channels were demonetized, even though...
But his biggest channel was probably demonetized, and that probably was a big hit to his income, right? Because his biggest channel was definitely the one with like the worst content on it.
They were also doing the exact same thing, but I could be wrong. But Oogway was so distraught over the demonetization that he posted an entire video claiming that he's going to quit altogether. But not even 2 days later, he posted another video where he claimed that he talked to YouTube representatives directly and he was now able to get monetized. Now you think that maybe he would reflect on the events and possibly even change the style of content so that he wouldn't get into situations like this again. Well, you'd be wrong. He kept with his usual style of clickbaiting videos to try and get people to watch his long form while still continuing with the exact same style of short form. Nothing has changed. And while his views were going up and his music was doing decently well, it still wasn't enough for Oogway. The thing about Oogway's style is that he has to constantly be relevant on shock value in order to be relevant. And when it comes to using that style, you usually have to get more and more controversial each time in order to retain your audience, because usually what you initially did for shock value isn't really as shocking the fourth or fifth time. And
yeah, I mean, this is a problem that Kick has had recently. I think they've been talking about, like, the only time anybody ever talks about that site outside of it is for a negative reason. It's always like, this guy said this word, or this guy did this thing, this guy did this thing, this guy's a... And obviously, like, there's a beneficial aspect to allowing people to be edgy on Kick, but when every single story is like their moderation is bad, you're driving away the mainstream audience and they don't want to be around you at all, right? And I think that's a big issue. He said it was due to that. He was hoping for the liberals and the internet to ban behind him, but they already hated him due to his old content. Oh, that's why he said the thing about Palestine? Okay. Okay, I assume that's what you're saying, internet anarchist?
And with that being said, Oogway could not keep doing clickbait videos anymore to try and make people think that he said the N-word, and posted a video where he actually said the N-word.
I'm gonna say it for the first time in my life properly.
Now, obviously, I censored that part because I don't want to play it. Oogway at this point was now jumping on thin ice.
Mr. Boss, we call him. Mr. Based. Obviously, I don't want to make fun of his voice. I'm sorry. Obviously, I don't want to play it. Lol. This guy's cadence and vocal fry makes me want to die. I mean, I don't think his cadence is that bad. I think it's fine. It's a decent video. I mean, I don't like everything he's saying, but it's a pretty well put together video, I would say.
And the response to this was still pretty divided. People were shocked to see that it wasn't clickbait, and the rest of the people just didn't really find it funny. But regardless, this video still did more views than his last one, and to Oogway, all views are good views. But at the same time, he started to recognize that he was getting more controversy than he expected. And so he addressed the dark humor jokes by suggesting maybe the audience was racist for assuming that he was talking about a specific group of people. Obviously,
that's an excellent point. That's an excellent argument. And if this guy disagrees, he's officially a part of Joe Biden's America. Okay, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., he's an agent.
This didn't go very well. Trying to pull the, well, maybe you're the racist one for assuming I'm talking about a specific race is not a very good way to respond to harsh criticism.
Or is it? This is the thing, like, you know, I get Master Oogway, like, push the line or whatever. I get why YouTube got rid of him. He's not very ad friendly, you know. I mean, he was being pretty edgy, but like I don't think he should have been banned. Like, why is the commentary community right now like basically laughing at this guy's censorship? Like, I get he basically walked the line and played into it. Do you have to like feel that bad for him? Not really. But a lot of people are like moral effing about this stuff, you know? Even people whose channels I like, it's like, is it really that bad, bro? I really don't think it is. I think you should be able to say the N-word on YouTube.
It comes off as a very terrible attempt to take responsibility because that's what it was.
I don't think it was that. I think he just didn't give a shit, was trolling you people. You really think that his serious response was like, guys, actually, you are racist because when I said that word, I wasn't referring to all of them, just the ones that act like that. Like, that you think that's genuinely what his response was, and like in his mind he thought that was like gonna quell the criticism? Obviously not. He was trolling you.
But regardless, Oogway had to keep up the momentum to keep the views coming, and it was time to step it up even further with the music. So he dropped a song titled Adolf Hitler Is My Fella.
Fella. Wait, you forgot to censor it here. You forgot to censor it there, little bro. It's right behind me. Hold on. I'll get in the middle of it. I'll cover it up for you guys. You guys don't have to see this disgusting racism.
Fella obviously is not the real word here.
Fella obviously is not the real word here. Yeah. I mean, I could tell by that. I could tell, lol.
The song alone ruined Oogway's reputation as it made him come off as a desperate clout chaser. And at this point, all of
like, I just don't understand, like, everybody is a desperate clout chaser. People post their dick and balls online for clout. Like, everybody is clout chasing. If you want to say the song is unfunny, like, whatever. Like, it is pretty unfunny. It's a bad song even, but like, he's a clout chaser. You're all clout chasers. All of you are clout chasers. All of you virtue signal on Twitter for clout about you half believe and half want your friends' approval from, okay?
the other YouTubers were completely sick of his and eventually, one by one, multiple creators started calling him out.
As a creator whose audience primarily comes from YouTube Shorts, this is giving our community a horrible representation.
Is it really? Do you really think that the average person is looking at YouTube Shorts and thinking, given that the millions of YouTube Shorts that are posted like every day, they're thinking, oh, Master Oogway is just like every YouTube Shorts creator? This is such a dumb argument.
I mean, the fact that people are making TikToks making fun of YouTube Shorts because of you and a couple other creators, we really need to fix that.
This right here is the deadliest symptom of YouTube Shorts brain. You are so far beyond gone in the brain rot universe that you decide, you know what, now's my time to start just being racist because extra views, extra money, and my ego is so big I don't even care what offends people.
Who cares? My ego is so big I don't care what offends people. That's called being base, dude. Do you want everyone online to just like pander to what you personally want and like, dude, if you know how boring the world would be, the internet's already been so boring over the past few years because of how pandering and cringe people are with like, I don't want to offend anyone, bro. Like, obviously there are certain things that people would do where I'd be like, that's, you know, that's over the line, but like, is this really the worst thing ever? Making jokes, bro? Is that really that big of a deal? I just don't think it is at all.
Anymore.
So it's not like this is some immature kid who actually finds this stuff funny. It's a grown adult who genuinely just wants views and attention, and he has no talent to actually make content. So he's just making the most scumbaggy videos that appeal to people with less than 10 brain cells.
Okay, first of all, it's not that scummy. It's just like dumb humor. Secondly, you people make YouTube Shorts. You think you're talented, bro? You think you're talented? YouTubers have been putting in work for thousands of years, working in the Bulgarian coal mines like me to make good YouTube content, and you just fire up a YouTube Short and you're like, oh, that's crazy, and like, that's the worst thing. Like, shut up. This is not an issue worth caring about. There's no moral high ground here. This is so cringe.
From making slightly edgy jokes to just straight up using the N-word in his songs and videos.
Straight up using the N-word. He straight up used the N-word. Bro, 6 years ago, every YouTuber that you think is cool was using that. Ethan Klein was saying it every day.
In only a matter
He was waking up and screaming it at his neighborhood.
of years. And it only took that long for his fans to start catching on to just how horrible and repetitive his jokes are.
If you don't know who Master Oogway...
But the thing is, his content was horrible and repetitive before. It was always that way. And then he said the N-word and everyone suddenly has a problem with it. Literally nobody had made a video of Master Oogway saying that he was until he like made a racist joke, and now everybody's like, his content's terrible, low effort, clout chasey. So are all of yours. People on Twitter just got mad at him. This is just, dude, I hate this.
Oogway is, he's essentially a YouTube Shorts creator who just posts like oversaturated memes, and recently, however, this dude's gone completely nuts. He's gone insane. Full two-man cosplay. Instead of posting brain rot slop, he's just gone schizo.
Many of the creators believe that Oogway was taking the whole racist standpoint way too far and now was giving all of the creators a bad look for it. Rather than maybe apologizing or admitting that he was in the wrong or taking accountability, Oogway went on a complete
What is he supposed to take accountability for? Because he said a word? What is he taking accountability for? He made a YouTube short? He made a harmless YouTube short. There are so many important issues to care about in this world. There are multiple wars going on right now. And to you, the most important thing in the global conflict, the thing that really needs attention is like, guys, this guy on YouTube Shorts, first of all, he's racist. And secondly, he makes low effort content. Do you really think this brown dude from wherever the fuck he's from is that racist? He's just making jokes, bro.
Twitter spiral, where he responded to almost every single hate reply and comment, which just...
I love all racists, even the bad ones. Yeah, I mean, he was definitely, you know, he was spurging on Twitter a little bit. You can't deny that.
Just made him
you
look
need to chill out.
More and more desperate. He then started posting pictures of other creators who were also canceled for saying the N-word, like PewDiePie, iDubbbz, and Keemstar, claiming if they can be forgiven, so can he. And it got to the point where he started even posting more controversial people like Logan Paul and...
But, like, the thing is, like, he's right. Like, everybody virtue signals about this shit, and they're like, I can't believe anyone would ever say this. And, like, half the YouTubers they watch said it a few years ago and then apologized. And they apologized because the audience was mad at them. They apologized to maintain their sponsorships. They didn't apologize because they felt bad. And like, do I necessarily blame them for that? Like 1000%? Not really, because like YouTube is awesome and like everybody wants to remain on it, but like it's so dumb. Yeah, I mean, this is a good point. Logan Paul filmed a dead body and it's on YouTube, and people are less mad at him over the past month than they've been mad at Master Oogway. Because he said Down syndrome special forces or whatever. Like, who cares?
Kim Jong-il, also claiming that if they can be forgiven, so can he. And this made him seem even more desperate because he was basically claiming that if these people can do terrible things, then so can I. Which
saying the N-word a terrible thing
still made him seem unremorseful.
It's a word, bro. You people are so soft.
He even tried posting a picture with Man Like Isaac, claiming that this was proof he wasn't racist, basically using the, hey, I'm not racist, my friend is black card. But even Man Like Isaac himself could not defend what Oogway did, posting a video saying that he did not approve of the song.
But the thing with Man Like Isaac is like, this guy was collabing and profiting off of Master Oogway for months and months and months, and they were doing collabs. And he himself was making jokes like, walking around till I see the letter N with like N-I-G-G in the background. He was like, I'm going to walk into KFC till I see a black person 14 seconds long. He is making racist jokes. And then as soon as people on Twitter are mad at his friend, he drops him. He threw him under the bus. Like, it's fake.
Personally told him, bro, I don't think you should release it. But then again, you guys know how he is. He doesn't give a
And considering Isaac was also into pretty dark humor, that says a lot. Oogway...
That says a lot. Dude, he made the same exact jokes as Oogway. If he thought it would get him views and not be in controversy, he would absolutely do it.
Then tried to further defend himself that he was just simply an actor.
I'm an actor. I act in all my videos, just like how Leonardo DiCaprio played the racist slave trader in Django Unchained. I play the character of Edgy Oogway. Just because we play these characters doesn't mean we actually like that. Dude, this guy's so funny. Wait, this is hilarious. No way anybody took this seriously. You guys know he doesn't actually think this way, right? That's fire. That's cool. That's actually cool.
Actor playing a role, like how Leonardo DiCaprio played the racist slave owner in Django Unchained.
Yeah,
he was simply playing a
he's like Brad Pitt.
Person. Trying to compare yourself to a person who played a character made to represent history is just simply another poor attempt to try and defend yourself. None of this was working, so Oogway decided...
I think he was being ironic there. I don't think that was a real defense, to be honest with you.
To release an apology through the form of a song. Sorry for saying the N-word. This alone already is pretty bad. But the worst part about it is that after the 2 minutes of the half-assed
he made a song. Dude. Come on.
Apology, he just straight up says the N-word right at the end of the song. Doubling down.
No way. No way, bro. That's
on everything. But in the midst of the controversy, he continued with his usual style, considering he never learned from his mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, it's for self-preservation. He probably should have just shut his mouth, right? I don't think it was wise to keep going.
Before, he probably assumed that he was invincible, but he'd be completely wrong because a couple...
Yeah, he did have a lot of hubris. He did think that he would never be punished, and he was wrong. He shouldn't have. The thing is, with those people on Twitter can really burn you, you know? Brad Taste learned it. Who else learned it today? Fallen Chungus learned it. You can't mess with the Twitter mob, okay? They will come for you and they will pray on your downfall, and then this guy will make a video about how it's good.
Days later, all of his channels on YouTube would get completely banned. Multiple channels with several million subscribers and billions of views each gone in an instance. Surprising? Not really. If anything, it's a little shocking that he only got demonetized initially as a punishment and only had one video taken down. But Oogway couldn't fathom the possibility of maybe the fact that he was in the wrong and took to Twitter to blame the ban on spam reporters. While he thought that maybe he could gain some type of sympathy this way, he got the exact...
I mean, the thing is, like, YouTube allowed him to operate and profit for months making that same exact kind of content, right? And they didn't care. And then when people on Twitter got mad, then they stepped in. They knew what he was doing. They didn't care. They didn't give a shit. until people on Twitter got mad, and then they were like, okay, now we'll deal with it.
Exact opposite. The YouTube community was throwing confetti and celebrating over the fact that he was off the platform.
Dude, these people are so sick. They're so sickening. Like, if this guy was like, if he was like grooming kids, like, okay, whatever. That's good that he got banned, right? But like, these people are preying on someone's downfall because he made jokes on Twitter. Like, these people are bullies in a very literal sense. Did his YouTube shorts really hurt anyone? Were they destroying the black community? No, they weren't. These people they're bloodthirsty.
Platform. I mean, Oogway getting banned was basically the equivalent to YouTube Christmas. There was not a single person that was upset that he was gone. Well, maybe except a couple edgy 12-year-olds, but
that's me.
Everyone was pretty happy. And personally, I do see why he was banned. As a Jewish man myself, I genuinely don't think Oogway is anti-Semitic, and I don't really get the impression that he's racist. I'll be the first to say that I say extremely fucked up stuff. Like, really, really fucked up stuff.
Oh, really?
But I say all of that stuff off camera because I say it in a place where I know it's not going to negatively affect people in any type of way. And
okay, so you're just like you're like a coward. At least he's honest, I guess. He's like, guys, I say super effed up stuff. I'm just like Master Oogway, but I don't say it on YouTube. And what he really means here is not it'll affect people in a negative type of way, because anybody who's getting mad at Master Oogway's like stupid TikToks is choosing to be mad about it. You can just turn it off. Like, you literally can turn it off. He didn't do anything. Like, he wasn't like calling for violence. He just made some dumb, pretty unfunny jokes. I mean, I laughed at them because I, am brain rotted, but he wasn't like hurting anyone, bro. But it's like, oh, you can't do it on YouTube. Why does everybody want to suck YouTube's dick? How come when everybody sees YouTube, they're like, ooh, yeah, good. Bro, if your DMs got leaked where you said effed up stuff and people found out, they would cheer for you to be deleted, and then someone would make a video like this about you. And they'd be like, well, he pushed the line. He pushed the line. He was pushing harmful stereotypes. I hate the YouTube community.
I'm not an exception because your favorite creator does it, your idol does it, and even you do it as well. If everyone said every single thing that they said, then everybody would get canceled. The difference here is that Oogway is simply saying whatever he feels is going to get him as much views as possible without really understanding the consequences of his actions.
What are the consequences of his actions? Like, seriously. Like, demonstrate to me with science how he was hurting people.
However, that still does not make it okay. Saying these type of things on a big platform can have a very negative effect on people and does come at the cost of certain groups.
Really?
Considering his fans are young, impressionable children, this is not very good. Having a big platform means having a responsibility, and Oogway took advantage of that.
I mean, what are parents for? Aren't parents supposed to be like, hey, child, you're an idiot. Don't say the N-word in gym class. Master Oogway is responsible for children if they see his stupid joke YouTube video. Think of the children. Think of the children, guys. Stop. Who cares?
YouTube guidelines do get a lot of criticism for their strict policies, but something you don't see very often is people getting unrightfully banned. YouTube will very rarely ever actually remove someone completely from their website, allowing them to make a new account. So if someone does get banned, most of the time, it's probably justified. And
I mean, you can say it's justified based on like YouTube's guidelines, but like, once again, like, why are YouTube's guidelines like so respected and cool? Like, wouldn't it be better if just everybody was allowed to say what they think online? Like, wouldn't that be more fun? It would allow more dialogue. Like, if somebody's dumb, like Master Oogway, whether or not he was deleted off of YouTube, would have been raked over the coals. Like, people would have shit on him, and you all could have had your opinion. You don't need him to be banned.
From what I've personally seen, banning Oogway was a reasonable decision on their part. This isn't some edgy high school kid who's making these edgy jokes for some attention. It's a grown man who's trying to make money off of the expense of other people.
You're making money off of, like, justifying this guy's career being deleted. Like, I don't want to, like, defend Master Oogway to, like, the ends of the earth, but, like, he should be able to have a YouTube channel. Who cares if he made a video called Adolf Hitler is my N-word? Who cares, bro? That's what every commentary channel does. We make money off of shitting off of people. Do you think that the person on the other end feels good about that? Like, I don't think so. Like, this sucks, dude. This sucks. What are this guy's... Does he have a Twitter? What are this guy's tweets like? Oh, he doesn't have a Twitter. He's smart. Check out his gram. Pretty normal gram. What's that? I should have done that with my plaque. What is that? Swag. Is that the wall or whatever? Like the one? Yeah, I don't look, man. Like, I feel like, who cares about this entire thing? Like, who cares? I don't think he should have been banned. Like, And the thing is, like, you can say, like, oh, it's YouTube's guidelines, and I'll move the goalpost, like I always do, and say, I don't give a shit what YouTube's guidelines are. I don't think you should be banned. Like, the only content I think should be banned is, like, actually law-breaking content, like CSA material. I don't care if he makes jokes. I don't think Sneeko should even be banned. Like, I hate the way that people think. When do people start loving YouTube and their decisions? Like, what happened with that? Yeah, man, Master Oogway, he got done dirty, in my opinion. Done dirty. Yeah, I'll be staying far away from anyone who cheered that on. Slimy, slimy, slimy behavior, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. My humble and based opinion, even. All right, chat. Holy freaking crap. That's about all I want to go over for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you like the vid, or stream. I guess I'm streaming. Subscribe to the Tom Dark Live channel for more stuff. If you want to see clips of live stuff, let me find a link here. Here we go. Anyway, see you guys. Bye, bye.